Hello and thanks for joining us on this paranormal pit stop. Before we get rolling, and as previously stated, we've been busy prepping for our upcoming on-site series, Sleepovers, which will pit our hosts, most likely yours truly and one other unlucky person, on camera and on-site at some of the spookiest haunted locales around. Don't forget to share us with anyone and everyone you know in the meantime, so it gets the proper welcome it deserves. Now, without further ado, tonight we'll be exploring a historic watering hole located off of the corner of Bourbon and St. Philip Streets in New Orleans, Louisiana, that it's believed was built as a residence sometime through the early 1700s, acting as one of the oldest surviving structures in the whole of this sweeping city, and rumored to harbor a range of restless spirits tied to its past. Are you ready to brave the history and hauntings of Lafitte's Blacksmith shop bar? Historically, this structure was initially built on site sometime between 1722 and 1732 under Nicholas Towes. Later, in 1772, this structure would be either altered or reconstructed entirely by Bartholomew Robert and family, and in 1788 and again in 1794 the site would survive two large fires that would claim most of the other original buildings near. One popular local legend dictated that this old haunt, which through the 19th century housed a blacksmith, actually acted as a front for the Lafitte brothers, Jean and Pierre's privateering operation. While no evidence to support these claims has ever officially been uncovered, those who have attempted to validate this fable often cite documentation of a city license issued to Pierre Lafitte for a butchery suspiciously located off of, you guessed it, Bourbon and St. Philip Street circa 1813, and by 1883 this old legend had perpetuated itself to the point that most just accepted it as truth. Over the years, this weathered shop would play host to a number of owners and would act at times as a private residence, as a cafe, as an ice cream store, and would hold a number of additional commercial businesses. The first record of a barroom permit issued to the property dates back to 1933, when the space housed Cafe Lafitte, which was operated under Mary Collins, Thomas Kaplinger, and Harold Bartel. Lafitte's Blacksmith shop bar remains open into the present, though now currently under the ownership of Joseph Licciardi, and offers a wonderfully soothing candlelit setting, where those familiar with the menu can acquire an iconic frozen voodoo daiquiri, or as the locals call it, purple drank. Chillingly, this shop is rumored to hold a number of presences related to its past patrons, residents, employees, and the like, possibly the most infamous of which is said to be that of Jean Lafitte himself, and both staff and visitors have reported extreme cold spots and adverse weather, doors that open and close on their own, and even instances of candles extinguishing or igniting spontaneously. Several disturbing accounts tell of encounters with the entities of victims from the two historic fires that transpired about, which have been described as burned, grotesque figures in charred attire from the era. Others have described the constant feelings of being watched or followed, or even of being touched by someone or something unseen. And others still tell of furniture sighted moving around on its own, or of drinks flying from tables or disappearing entirely. One terrifying entity since dubbed Red Eyes has been known to peer from dark corners at those passing by with a glowing crimson stare, while the building's second floor is rumored to hold a female spirit fond of whispering into the ears of the living that some claim once belonged to a woman who took her own life there sometime through the 1890s. Lastly, the apparition of a man believed to be Jean Lafitte himself has been sighted rounding corners or lounging off to the sides of various rooms, namely near the fireplace. And while many have attempted to communicate with the suspected spectral Lafitte, all have been met in disappointment, as upon being noticed or approached, he always seems to fade away. Thanks for tuning in for this paranormal pit stop. If you enjoyed hearing our histories and ghost stories, subscribe to our channel, like this upload, and as we mentioned earlier, share us with anyone and everyone you know, so that our upcoming on-site series can get the welcome it deserves. Pleasant dreams.